So my energy is really clear today. High vibrational. I have some, besides my instruments, I have some sacred things with me, starting with Archangel Michael's teachings. And I was very guided to do this. So that presence, his legion of crystal blue ray, lightning angels, consciousness is with me. I've been working with this for a time period now. This is called Organite. This is a piece that I made. It's crystal, copper, all types of crystals crushed, powdered metals like copper, brass, steel. In a mold, utilizing epoxy. I've probably made about 200 pieces. I want to make a business out of it, but it's not the cheapest business. Plus it takes quite a bit of time, about 5 hours to make this, because each layer, you make them in subsequent layers. Each layer dries about an hour. You do it upside down. Put your things in there, crystal and your copper, and then you let it dry, and then you put a layer crystal, layer metal, then a layer crystal, layer metal, layer crystal. This one has a copper spiral inside there, the bottom. The bottom is a shungite, which is a meteorite from one of the most potent healing stones on this world. It's from a meteorite from Russia. The sun. So I made it with prayer, with playing high vibrational Hertz music. I made them all that way. I put dyes in there, colored dyes and sparkles. I sold a few, but I gave a lot away, traded for things. And so, if you really thought you wanted one, contact me and I'll make one for you. Contact me on my Facebook or message me, comment. They're very powerful. What they're for, they cleanse the environment around you of EMFs, electromagnetic energy, Wi-Fi. They neutralize Wi-Fi. They're very strong because of the energetic vibration between the metal and the crystal. Metal, crystal came from a master teacher in the 50s named Wilhelm Reich. He was from Austria, and he moved here. He was experimenting with these. He was healing people with this technology. He'd put people in these boxes. He had a seat in there, it's 4 sides and a door, and he had a layer of organic and inorganic, crystal, metal, wool, even several layers on all 6 sides. And they would sit in there for 20 minutes a day. He was healing people with cancer and all these different ailments. It's in the 50s and 60s. And they didn't like what he was doing. They put him in prison, practicing medicine without a license. He's a little scientist, that's it. They didn't like it because he was making these in very huge sizes, and he was headed like these cannons. You look at Wilhelm Reich, Organite, and he would go into the desert and he would point these in the sky and he would accumulate whatever moisture and clouds, and he would make it rain in the desert. And they didn't like that. So he even died before he got out of prison when he was supposed to do a sentence. And the day before he got out, he mysteriously died. Pitiful. Years later, people picked up this technology and they said, hey, that was really amazing. Look, somebody, probably spirit guidance, and they started making these shapes, pyramids and spheres and all kinds of different shapes. You can make these. And of course, we know the pyramid has a very potent vibration to it, importance, like the Great Pyramids. And if you study pyramid power. So then I got guided to make these. Spirit told me you'll make these and sell them. Huh? That's when I was first looking at them. So I did that for Great Phase, so I'm a pretty good maker of them. I know how to put the energy in them, contain the energy. So when I first made these, and I was still with my ex, I was on this porch, and I had 3 of them. In the middle of the night, I was working. I had 3 of them sitting together, and I had 2 dowsing rods, which were copper rods shaped like an L. You gotta hold it. If you know how to use them, it's like dowsing rods they use with the willow, and they find when they search out and they find water witches, they call them. They're not witches, they're dowsers. So I was doused it, and the energy field was 20 feet. I'd be 20 feet back, and I'd go like this, and I said, wow, they're walking very slowly towards it. And if I point towards anything else, a field, nothing. Not over here, nothing. If I pointed towards the organite, 20 feet. So, and the amazing thing about them is that because they're encased in the organite, in the resin, they're sealed. The energy's sealed, so it's bouncing off each other. It's continually bouncing off each other, and it's gradually increasing in its volume, its size, its frequency. Okay? So, in alignment with the organite, there's a company called Twisted Sage, easy to remember. Now, I got this from my friends in St. Pete, which is R3, the letter R3, miracles.com. R3miracles.com. Alasa Love and her mom, Kay. Can't remember Kay's last name, but they got this amazing center with all advanced technologies, Therify beds, med beds, Beamer beds, and they got a lot of this technology that they sell. And they got rings that are big as 4 foot diameter. Now, this company though, Twisted Sage, makes this stuff. And what they do is, before I tell you technology, what this does is the ring itself, just one ring holding it, will massively strengthen your aura field right around your body. It will seal your aura from rips and tears, from wounds, from lower vibrational frequencies. You could walk into a bar and feel nothing just with one ring, of the energies there. 3 of them makes a massive, in a toroidal field, in a geometry field here, like the Earth sphere, magnifies that times whatever, hundreds. And so my energy field, I could send it out. If I was to send my thought out, somebody could hear my thought, endless miles because of this magnification. And what it does is totally strengthens your aura. And notice how deep I am today, because I have these other medicines with me. So I got this 2 weeks ago, and I haven't done a video since then. I'm telling you, there's something massively to this. So I've had these in the past. I saw she was selling them when I went there. I laid on the Beamer bed, which transforms every atom in your body back to its original state. The Therify plasma bed, I don't know what it does. It's only 15-minute sessions. These bulbs are at each end, and you lay on this bed, and it totally dismantles your, cellular structure, your molecules, but whatever it does, you have an intention. What's your intention there? When you're done, she asked me how it was. I could barely talk after only 15 minutes. I said, all I can think of was, I feel more like myself. I feel like myself. She said, yes. That's what a lot of people say. Because what it does is it rearranges all your messed up molecules or atoms, or from stress, from emotion, from overthinking, from the etheric energies in our Wi-Fi, etc., in your physical body, health, eating, inflammation, and it brings the cells all back into coherence, heart-mind coherence. what do they call that? Heart math. So the man that, there's a channel and a technology called Heart Math. He's a quantum physicist, amazing guy, Dan Winters. He studied the coherence between the heart and the mind, and the oneness and the quantumness, and how we are one with everything from the quantum physics point of view. And he invented, with some other people, they invented the Therify plasma bed. But he has a heart math institute. Look it up, super incredible. And from there you can also type in Therify plasma bed. So this is where I got this from. I've only been there one time, and I feel, and there's another reason I'm different. That was 2 weeks ago. It's another reason why I'm different, guys. Some people go every week, and I was like, no, maybe once a month. I don't know, but and the first time it's free, and each time it's only like 30, 50 bucks. It's amazing, you know. Each of the different beds like $15 or $30, 15 minutes. But it's so amazing. So they have these rings. She has these rings that are like this big. They twist them. They're twisted. They're copper, and they're set to the cubic length, which is what was in the Bible. I'll show you this. Okay, the cubits in the Bible had an ancient technology. When they measure things with cubits, they tell you things in the Old Testament. It was this temple was 300 cubits by 59 cubits. A cubit, what they found out, is a high vibrational frequency. The cubit. Okay, so they take this copper, they cut it to the length of the cubit, but they can also half it, quarter it, or eighth it, and it has the same frequency coming out of it, the same vibration. Okay? I mean, if you want to read it, I'll hold it a little longer. EF protection, that's a big part. So, then they twist them in 2 different directions. This was a scientist named Sterling Sterling. It's probably wrong, but and he twisted this is half a century ago probably. He took the ancient technology unfolding. This is through our creativity, through our awakening of our higher selves. He was able to discover this. He counter-rotated the spin of the 2 wires. He made them go opposite. So one was going to opposite polarity. The magnetism was going one way, and the other one, the magnetism going the other way. And he connected them. And it magnified the energy a bunch. Then he cut it to the length of a cubit, or a half, or a quarter. Like I said, it has the same energy inside there. Then he made it into a hoop, soldered it together at that exact length, and the energy that would come through this was almost like a portal. It's almost like not really like a doorway, but it changed the energy inside to a super high vibrational frequency, quantum, plasma, conductor, superconductor, okay? So for an example, I was watching a video, and this guy took one of these hoops about this big around, and the lady came in. He's his friend. He says, "How you doing?" She says, "I'm pretty animated. I've had a rough day. Da 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 da." And he says, "Okay, just stand there, breathe, relax." He slowly took this hoop over her body. It was big enough she had her arms down. He went all over her whole body, slowly. Maybe like 5 whole minutes, 2 minutes or whatever, to go all the way to the floor. And he left it on the floor. She's just standing there, and he says, "What do you feel?" She said, "I have absolutely no thoughts in my mind. I have absolutely no thoughts in my head. My head is blank. I feel totally calm. I feel totally serene. I feel totally here now. He said, awesome, it worked. The magic worked. So that's what I'm wearing. Now I will direct you to capital R, 3, the number 3, R3miracles.com. That's my friend Alasa and Kay, her mom. They do this amazing work. The center's in St. Pete. No, it's not even close to St. Pete. It's in Palm Harbor, which is near Dunedin, which is north of Clearwater on the coast, Florida, right near the beach. They have this beautiful little center. And one more thing I'll say on their behalf is, I went inside the building, just a little building, little house, you know, like they got several rooms in there, and that's their offices. And they showed me the different rooms with the beds, and there was nobody else there. And they walked out, and I stopped and I looked at the walls. I said, the painting in here is the paint job. The white was like so dynamic, and it was just like light was coming off it. I said, man, who's your painter? This guy's a good painter. She laughed. She said her guy was the painter, right? And she looked at her mom, and they both laughed. She said, but before he painted, we got this super high vibrational paint that's was full of gold particles, nanoparticles, and I don't know what else was in it, silver. I don't know what all was in it. But they painted the whole place. That. And then he painted the walls. I said, are you telling me that I'm getting healed just by standing in here? And they said, yeah, that's exactly what it does. You're getting a healing just by standing in here. I'm telling you guys, the advanced technology is here. It's probably in every city by now, if you look it up, or come to Florida. I'll show you around. We'll have a great time. We'll come out here to the park. I'll take you to the center. We'll go to the beaches. I could take you on a really, really amazing high vibrational tour. Just look me up. Okay, so I'm going to end it with that. A little sound. Wee-oh, 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 wee-oh. Wee-oh, 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 wee-oh. Wee-oh, wee, wee, wee-oh, wee, wee, wee. Wee-oh, wee, wee, wee-oh, wee, wee, wee. Wee-oh, wee, wee. Wee-oh, wee, wee. Wee-oh, wee, wee. Wee-oh, wee. Wee-oh, wee, wee, wee-oh, wee, wee, wee. Wee-oh, wee, wee, wee-oh, wee, wee, wee. Wee-oh, wee, wee. Wee-oh, wee-oh, wee. Wee-oh, wee, wee, wee-oh, wee-oh, wee. Wee-oh, wee, wee, wee-oh, wee, wee, wee. Wee-oh, wee, wee, wee-oh, wee, wee, wee. Wee-oh, wee, wee. Wee-oh, wee-oh, wee. Wee-oh, wee, wee. Wee-oh, wee-oh, wee-oh. Wee, wee, wee-oh. Wee. We, E is one of the highest vibrations. frequencies, 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 sees, 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 sees.